All right, so today we're not talking about the news. We're actually talking about the work that my team does and what we're attempting to do with this YouTube channel. And I want to sort of give you an idea of the way we choose our stories and why we're doing what we're doing, and answer some of the questions that are coming up in the comment section as well. So we're taking a little bit of this long weekend to maybe touch base and have this conversation. And hopefully, if you put some of your questions for me in the comment section, we can do more of these conversations in the future. I wanted to start off by thanking those of you who have signed up for our membership. It is, not only does it help us financially, of course it does, because then we're able to not just, be financially more secure, but we're able to sort of chart saying, okay, this is what the future also looks like. And secondly, it reinforces the idea of what we're doing, that it's actually working and that it means something to someone out there. So thank you for the membership. Thank you for the comment section. Thank you for the time that you've been spending watching our videos and commenting on our videos and appreciating the videos. It is really meant so much to me. I want to talk a little bit about how we pick our stories and why we pick our stories, because you will see that on at least on YouTube, we're not getting the kind of views that other sort of news content creators or journalists are getting. And that's okay, actually, because we're not chasing those views. What we're chasing here, what my team and I are chasing here, is a sort of build of a community of people who care about nuance and care about details and care about the background of every story. And the aim is to be able to give you that sort of content as regularly as possible. Now, hand on my heart, I'll tell you that our stated purpose is to be able to put one YouTube video every day. A lot of times we're not able to do it because you're sort of running around and I don't have the time and I never get around to actually recording it. But our attempt is to do it once a day to be able to put out a video. The kind of stories that we pick. So for me, I want to do stories which have the ability to give you nuance. So we're able to sort of build research as to where the story has come from, what the history of the issue is, what is happening right now, any different angle on that story. So what is the left saying? What is the right saying? What is the US saying? What is India saying? What are the critics saying? What are the people who are appreciating it saying? So that from my point of view, and this was a sort of stated philosophy that I was taught when I started my career in television 22 years ago, that if someone spends 5 minutes watching your show or your content, they should walk away saying, oh, I didn't know that. I learned something new. That's the whole purpose, right? That we're able to take what's happening in the news right now, but also add enough research and perspective and sort of depth to it that you're able to walk away saying, oh, okay, I didn't know that. I learned something new by watching this. And so thereby you're able to then also make up your mind about the issue based on however you decide is right. So and a lot of times people write to me saying, how come you're not outraging? How come you never take a stand about anything anymore? And you're not pushing back about anything? Because actually, I'm a lot older than I used to be. And in the last decade or so, I have learned that is not my job. I mean, yes, some things still get under my skin. So civic failure and crime against women and children still really, really bug me, really egg me on. But it's not my job to outrage. It's not my job to make you angry either. My job is to be able to arm you with enough information in a way that is easy to understand so that you can make decisions as to, how you want these issues to be handled, how you want to, perform your duties of making decisions as citizens, because we've been able to give you that information. That's the whole purpose. And also, I think that as I have grown, the tone of my voice has changed. And so I want to believe that, the kind of content that I'm putting out right now and my team is working on at this point is not outragey content. It's not clickbaity content. It's not riding on the trend today, but it's actually the content that affects your life more than anything else, is of high interest value to you as a citizen. So it's not gossipy. It's not syrupy in any way, but it's actually something that will affect your life, and so you need to know about it. And we are able to give you enough nuance and all of the different perspectives on it, so you can make your decision and you can make your arguments as clearly as possible. That's the stated purpose with which we choose our topics on a daily basis on this YouTube channel. So let me know if you think that we're hitting the nail on the head, or how often are we failing, how often are we not failing. Now, we exist as Team Beetroot on 3 different sort of platforms that we're firing on 3 different cylinders, if you may. We have obviously on Instagram 2 platforms right now. So there is the Beetroot handle on Instagram, which puts out visual stories. So there are a lot of videos, there are a lot of photographs, and then there's my personal page on Instagram, which is very black and white, very black and gray. The idea there is that there is no visual drama, there is no color in it, literally. It's just the news as we had it, straight facts. And then there is this YouTube channel where I said the attempt is to put out a video a day, but we're slowing it down. So we slow it down to pick something that we believe really matters, and we are able to give it to you with context to help you really understand what is going on without triggering any sort of emotional response. And I personally believe that when we do that, we're respecting your intellectual integrity and saying, hey, we're not going to tell you what to feel, we're not going to tell you what to think, we're just going to give you the information that we've been able to put together. And like I said, I don't really think outrage helps at all. And that's the whole point. Now, I started off saying we're trying to build a community. So we're trying to put together people who care about nuance in an argument, because I believe that world over, maybe now it's worse in the West than it is in India, but world over, because of social media, because we're talking about these 30-second videos, we've lost the ability to build nuance into our conversation and to say, hey, I agree with what this government may be doing on this point, but I deeply disagree that this is the right way on the other point. And it's okay to have that nuance, and to be able to say that doesn't automatically make you right or left wing. It just makes you a human being that has a brain. So our point here is to be able to give you all of those different arguments and to bring in nuance into every single conversation, and to bring in history, to bring in science, to bring in research, to bring in medicine, all of the things that the logic, the things that we need to rely on as human beings when we are making decisions, to bring in all of those things so we are able to make better decisions. That's the space really we want to build. And we're looking at it differently now. The strategy on our YouTube is different, where we're not looking at putting out a video that will go viral and then like 2 million views, amazing. What we're looking to do is to be able to do what we're doing already consistently, day in and day out, thereby over a period of time building a community of people who care about nuance, who care about information, who care about different perspectives. So then, we know that all of you are in the same place, and we can continue to put out the kind of conversation that we're putting out right now. So we're doing it honestly, we're doing it consistently, and we're trying our best. Now, the last thing I did want to tell you about is how we're going to make money, or how we're trying to make money as of now. I have been doing a lot more brand association work, like you will see work that we've done with Savlon, for example, where we've spoken to doctors about how changing weather and climate change is going to change the way germs and bacteria move in our environment, and how we keep our children safe. This is a sponsored program by Savlon, which means that my team has made money, but we've also kept it honest in the fact that it is clearly branded, so you can tell which are our branded programs, but it's also in its heart, it's honest in the sense that the information is real and the information is useful. And if you watch 5 minutes of it, you'll probably walk away saying, oh, I didn't know that, that was interesting. So we do apply a filter of the fact that the news is entirely 100% untouched by sponsorship in any way. Wherever we do have sponsorship, and we have worked with brands, it is non-news, but it is also high-value content in the sense that even that follows the philosophy of we need to be able to put out conversation or information that matters to you. So that's the whole point of what we're doing. And our attempt is to be able to run a viable news, a news team, so that we're able to do good work. Because at the end of the day, if you want good people, good journalists to work with you, then you have to be able to pay them well also. So this is, I mean, these are the things that I wanted to communicate. And also to those of you who've signed up for our membership, thank you so much for signing up for our membership on Instagram and on YouTube. We're working on putting out specific content for our members as well. Leave me a comment in the comment section on suggestions, critiques, stuff you think we're not doing well, that we should be doing better, and it'll be our constant attempt to improve that and try and make it better as well. I hope you have a very nice long weekend. I wish you a very happy Republic Day. We have a country to be proud of, and we have much to defend and much to fight for. And it's a good point to stop and pause and, in spite of everything else that we might not be happy about, whether that's air quality or otherwise, to stop and pause and admire what, our founding parents gave us in this country, and think about how we're going to keep it safe for the next generation. Leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you.